morning, PT on Ice Daily Show. I am Dr. Lindsay Huey, coming to you from Delaware. And I think Facebook now just hit live, so I'll re-say good morning. This is the PT on Ice Daily Show. I'm coming to you on a Leadership Thursday, which is kind of different because I'm always coming to you on a Clinical Tuesday. As extremity lead faculty, I'm often trying to bring clinical pearls, but today I'm going to talk to you about emotional resilience and how we can lead our patients in emotional resilience. But before we dive into that, it is also Gut Check Thursday, so that I have the honor of reviewing what that is with you. I've never been able to do this, so it's pretty rad. So this is a repeat workout. So if you've been doing Gut Check with us for a while now, recheck those numbers from 7/8/2020 and 6/26/2019 because we've done this gut check before, and hopefully you'll see some growth in these numbers. But you have 1 minute to do 10 or 7 calories on the assault bike, and then max power clean set, and that's at a weight of 135 or 95, and then you'll rest 1 minute. The end goal is 75 power cleans. This is definitely going to hurt your heart a bit and your muscles, but this stimulus is going to be awesome and challenging. If you can't make at least 5 power cleans in that minute, scale the weight accordingly, so drop down in weight, or you can adjust the calories on the assault bike. So that's assault bike, Rogue, or Zybex. If you have an Airdyne or Schwinn, calories will be a little bit more, so 15 and 10.5 calories. There's lots of ways to scale and adapt this suggestion on Instagram in word form and on Facebook, so check that out. But 10, 7 calories on the assault bike, max power cleans in 1 minute, rest 1 minute, and send it until you get to 75 power cleans. So I can't wait to see the numbers. I actually don't think I've done this one before, so I can't wait to do it. So diving in, emotional resilience. What are we doing to lead our patients in emotional and mental resilience? And I've been taking a lot of time reflecting on just what emotional resilience is. And it made me actually reflect and think about certain leaders, friends, and PTs that are emotionally resilient. And when I say that, let's think about what resilience means. So if you look to Google definition, it's the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties. It's toughness, or the ability of a substance or object or human in our case to spring back into shape. They demonstrate flexibility. So I thought of that definition, and then I thought about those leaders and those humans. What is it about all of them that makes them emotionally resilient? So some of those qualities that I've observed, and I'm sure you're thinking of some too, are they can make quick decisions, but they aren't reactive. They're very peaceful and confident in their decisions when they make them. They're also willing to flow and shift based on present and incoming data. And whatever choice they make, they're going to be full send confident in it, whether it's right or wrong. And what's cool about these leaders that when they are wrong, or humans, they will readily admit it and they'll learn from it. They always have that openness to learn from their decisions. These are those humans that are like bison. They will charge into a storm and might be scared, but they'll be brave and doing it confidently. They exhibit that and not or philosophy or principle that ICE is all about when we're thinking about exercise and manual therapy delivery, that it's not one or the other, but that it's both, that it's and not or. So these humans, they're going to recognize discomfort and they're still going to do the thing. They might have some trepidation about being on a leadership podcast and still be excited to do the thing. They might say yes to a new experience, business venture that people have told them is doomed to fail, and still be excited and full send it. These types of humans, they're resilient. They're leaders often, right? Leaders, they inspire. All those kind of characteristics that I reflected on and just shared with you, and I'm sure you thought of some others, they can kind of be summed up in two words. So it's that human that is both disciplined and adaptable. And that sounds kind of dichotomous, right? A disciplined human, they're not going to tend to go off course, while an adaptable person or human, they're going to reroute if needed. It's a sweet spot dichotomy because humans with emotional resilience, they embrace that only constant, which is change. And they are able to do this because of some behaviors that they consistently exhibit. And there are three of them. So they're very time aware and diligent in their allotment of time and their moments. Secondly, they're committed to some kind of growth practice. So on the regular, these humans are reading books, podcasts, they're journaling, they're writing, they're taking courses, they're actively engaging in learning and growth practices. And thirdly, they create time to connect and grow with others, meaning they spend time intentionally with a tribe that's going to challenge them to grow. So whatever they're reading or hearing in a podcast, they're going to engage and talk about it with others in order to better understand the information and see how it jives with others. All those three things are behaviors that I see in that the emotional resilient. They do require time, and it's important to recognize that time is our most valuable currency, right? Through it flows past, present, and future. And how we allot our time is so important. What these kind of behaviors do for that emotionally resilient person is that they really help them influence and not only influence, but help mindset, right? So they help that leader or human develop an ongoing change and readiness for change through mindset and the ability to learn. So it makes them adaptable and ready for whatever comes their way. So I'm going to pause because why does this matter to us as clinicians, as PTs, treating humans? Well, humans, they're coming to us. They're hurt. They're in pain, whether it's from an unexpected injury, a car accident, maybe it's a chronic issue or chronic disease and deconditioning affecting their life. They want to move better and engage with their world better, but when they're in physical pain, it's hard to want to engage with their world, engage with others. And patients, they're not only hurting physically, they're in emotional pain. And this is an aspect I think we don't address as readily. We know obviously health behaviors influence mental and emotional health for the better. And I think we're really good at doing those behaviors, or if not modeling them, but definitely advocating for them. And check out Clinical Tuesday podcast from Dr. Jeff Moore in regards to healthy behaviors and how you can dose them effectively. But that patient, think about the patient that's coming to you. Are they spending time thinking about the present, or are they really focused on what could they have done differently to prevent this injury? How's this injury going to affect them in the future? The sequelae of lost work, how much it will cost them. Can they even afford PT? Patients are ruminating on things that are often out of their control, that have either happened in the past or that may or may not happen in the future. And they get this scarcity mindset. And that's what they tend to focus on, what they're lacking and what they've lost. And what we really want to do for our patients is promote an abundant mindset, one that spurs on a positive mindset and emotional resilience. And there's three ways that I think we really can help patients spur on emotional resilience. The three things are a gratitude practice, number one. So Alexis Morgan, she spoke to us in a podcast a while back about having a gratitude practice. A gratitude practice brings that patient out of that negative mindset focus and helps them focus on some positive. And whether it's you write down things you're grateful for, or you think about it, or you share it with someone else. Maybe it's just a couple things. But starting to practice focus on the positive is a big shift that I think we need to encourage in our patients. And for those that really love discomfort, I would challenge you to choose a strategy. So when we think of strategies, writing, thinking, or sharing, choose a strategy that gets you out of your comfort zone, right? For me, it's really easy for me to talk and share. At family dinner, sometimes we'll share what are we grateful for. But something more uncomfortable for me would be like journaling. So trying to pick something that's a little outside of your comfort zone. So secondly, a practice for self. Making time for self, having the patient make time for self to learn and grow and breathe. So we talked about that emotional, resilient leader. They spend time learning and growing. And this might be a breathing practice that we suggest for our patients. It might just be a walk, yoga, sitting on your front porch stoop, something that allows time, not just for self-reflection of mindset, but that allows the patient to bring focus to the present, that they're not focusing on what happened in the past, what could happen in the future, but that really gets them to just be here in the now. And often we're not even doing that ourselves as clinicians, right? So a gratitude practice, a practice for self that allows time for not only reflection, but then presence in the moment. And then thirdly and lastly, a practice for others. So making space and time to connect with other humans. This is how we grow, when we share ideas and we bounce ideas off with one another. And then just enjoying the company of other humans. But humans that are coming to us in pain, they're often stopping engaging activities that are important to them. They're stopped going to bingo or dancing or playing racquetball or working out. We want to get them back to those things that help them connect and engaging with people that help them grow. And ideally, it would be with a tribe of people that do challenge you, that ask about your gratitude practice, that ask about that practice for self. And so you can stack these three things really well if you surround yourself with a good tribe. And I can't help but think that if we started addressing emotional resilience and health in our patients a little bit more, and we advocated practices like gratitude, being present for self, being present for others, how might it influence and impact and improve pain and disability? And we know that patients aren't going to be able to do all three of these at once, especially if they don't even have one on board. But dosing this gradually, right? Suggesting, after you've built that rapport and relationship, suggesting one of those behaviors. And then gradually stacking all of them. Because when you think about that emotionally resilient leader, human, whoever that came to mind, think about if one or more of those practices are on board in that human. And I bet you that they're present. All of these behaviors really help equip a human to be ready for change. Change is uncomfortable. And we're seeing patients right in that state, right? It's uncomfortable to be in pain. It's uncomfortable to not know what's happening with your body. They have a loss of sense of locus of control. These three behaviors, lifestyle behaviors, help promote emotional resilience and autonomy. Those three again, right? Create a practice of gratitude, a practice for self that brings you into the present moment, and time to connect with others that challenge you. And we have to be about it ourselves. So if we're going to advocate how to build emotional resilience, we have to take part in these practices and be about it. And again, knowing what the podcast Dr. Moore just gave on Tuesday about the timing is crucial, we have to introduce this information gradually. Cultivating a flow of emotional resilience is a part of our care too. I really appreciate your time today. If you already have a growth practice that you're doing that helps you with your own personal emotional resilience, please share it with us at ICE Physio and comment on it and hashtag it Be About It. I appreciate your time today and being on Leadership Thursday. Happy Thursday, everybody. Ugh. Did it go? Oh,
Hey, thanks for tuning in to the PT on Ice Daily Show. If you enjoyed this content, head on over to iTunes and leave us a review. And be sure to check us out on Facebook and Instagram at the Institute of Clinical Excellence. If you're interested in getting plugged into more ICE content on a weekly basis while earning CEUs from home, check out our virtual ICE online mentorship program at ptonice.com. While you're there, sign up for our Hump Day Hustling newsletter for a free email every Wednesday morning with our top 5 research articles and social media posts that we think are worth reading. Head over to ptonice.com and scroll to the bottom of the page to sign up.